Hello, my friends, and welcome to Tatiana's coaching. Thank you so much for dropping by. My name is Tatiana, and I am a life coach on a mission to help you find your purpose, identify your true dreams and desires, and help you build a life that is authentically aligned with who you truly are. Welcome. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt blah? Loss of motivation, loss of energy, nothing interests you, feel stretched too thin, and don't know how to collect yourself together and actually enjoy living, enjoy being productive, enjoy doing your work. If yes, then this is for you. This is more related to work. um, I will be sharing my techniques that help me get back on track and get the energy. And again, I'm always honest with you. I share my personal experiences here. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So I want to be very honest with you. When I came to Thailand, and I'm still in Thailand a few weeks back, I lost my routine. I lost motivation. There were some emotional moments, emotional things going on in my life, and also being in a new country and meeting new people, and also like meeting some scammers. Everything contributed to me just being. I just want to be on the blanket and do nothing. And I do have clients, and when I see clients, they actually bring me back to life, which is very exciting for me. But when I had to, let's say, make YouTube videos, it was a pain. So this is what I did to get back on track, to find motivation, to find that spark again in what I do, because I love what I do. But sometimes we either stretch too thin or get thrown off our path, and it's hard to get back. So I just combined a lot of techniques that I used right now, or I used in the past, and in combination, take whatever works for you. It will bring you back to life, and you can enjoy your work again and feel inspired. So, number one is, first of all, in this situation, we need to bring the energy up. So, have to find something that really energizes you, that gives you pleasure, that brings, like, raises your vibrations. For me, let's say I could go dancing, I could blow off steam in the gym, even though I feel lack of energy and tired, but then I do cycling class, and all of a sudden I feel like, yes, I'm ready to conquer the world. Walk on the beach, swimming, long bubble bath, massage, just reading a book, just like laying down and and watching a movie. For instance, my girlfriend just broke up with her fiance, and she was saying, you know what? Just not doing anything and simply watching a movie on my own, like, really recharges me. I don't always suggest that, because very often we start binge watching, and then eating, and then watching again, and it really brings us down. But in certain cases, it like, you would know it more for yourself if it in this case will energize you, or go for a weekend skiing if that's the season. Enjoy a cup of coffee in solitude if you have kids running around. It could be anything. It could be something even small, but just knowing that you have time for yourself and you're devoting this beautiful moment, even if it's just 5 minutes for you, it will already energize you. Um, Second is make a list of accomplishments. I always keep a list of my accomplishments handy. It comes useful at any time when you feel down, when you have lack of motivation, when your energy is low. Going through the list will again remind you how amazing you are, how many things you have accomplished, how strong you are, how you name it, you are. Because when we feel low energy, we feel stretched too thin, we also, aside from already feeling low energy and bad in our body, our mind kicks in and says, oh, you're supposed to do this, but you're not doing, you're lazy, you're this and that. And we start telling ourselves negative things, negative self talk. So it brings us down even more. Um, in this case, you should honor your physical state. It's okay. You're a human being. Computers need reboot. You need a reboot. You're not lazy. You're not all of those bad things that you're thinking about yourself. You just need a reboot. Uh, so instead of saying negative things, read your list of accomplishments and it will start bringing you up. Maybe your energy level will not raise right away, but at least it will stop negative talk that you have that brings you down even more. Number three should have been a doctor. Routine. I don't know about you, routine really, really, really helps me, because when I don't have the routine, I'm all over the place. I like to do 300 things at the same time, and I will get into that as well. So when I have a routine, everything is scheduled. Yes, of course, I account for some delays and changes. But having a routine, like waking up at certain hour, doing things at certain hour, having like a plan for the day, it really helps me to be structured. And then when you have accomplished those things on your list after the day ended, and you're like, oh, I feel so good. It gives you already a sense of accomplishment, and it raises your energy. So that's a really good practice. Um, oh, yeah. So about routine, even if you're not a routine type of person, for instance, I've read about a successful writer. A lot of people who are in creative jobs, and my job is also creative, they say, oh, I don't feel inspired. I need inspiration, and let me do this and let me do that. And do everything but the job that need to do. So going back to the famous writer, unfortunately, I do not remember the name, but he was so productive, just writing book after book after book, and they were all bestsellers, amazing books. He said he created a routine where every day he would set out time for writing. Let's say, 4 or 5 hours, 2 hours, I don't remember. Even if he did not feel inspired, he would still sit in a room um, and try to write. Even if he could not write, he would just sit in the room. He was not allowed to browse internet, read books, do anything. Throughout that time, kind of inspiration comes to you because your brain is like, I feel so bored. I cannot do anything. Let me try writing, see what comes. And it's a good mind trick. So even if you are in a very creative profession where you're trying to wait for inspiration, this routine is a great way to still be a planner, having your routine, and waiting for your inspiration to come. And it will come because you will kind of force it out of you. um, number, which one? Number four. Allow time to reflect. I heard this wonderful quote from Pablo Picasso. He says, without great solitude, no serious work is possible. And I cannot not agree, because in this modern world, we stretched so thin with tasks and duties and information and emails, and just we have no time, sometimes no time to use the bathroom. Forget about reflection, because you do, but then your brain does not have time to reflect. Why are you doing this? What is the end goal? And it becomes just a endless chase for something, at the end of the day you feel that you haven't accomplished anything. And when you have, and I can relate. I used to, um, part of my career, there were tasks where it was just like so many little tasks throughout the day, let's say 100. And at the end of the day you just don't see a solid result of what you have done, and it feels like you just wasted your day, even though you have done a lot. But you don't see the progress, you don't see anything tangible compared to when you're working on a project, let's say. Yeah, so when we're stretched too thin, we don't have time to reflect, and it brings our energy down. So it's really helpful to find time, like even if it's like 30 minutes a day or an hour during the weekend. But it's very important to just sit down, be in silence, and just reflect on things. And of course, 30 minutes a day is would be enough. Yeah, I think it's enough. Well, depends on your needs, what works for you. Um, but you must, absolutely must, incorporate reflection time. I read about this Fortune 500 company. Was at that time one of the fastest growing companies, and the CEO had this rule that every first Monday of a month they would have a day with a meeting all day. They basically would all get together, and this was time to reflect, to think, on everything, on your job, on plans. And if people were so busy that they could not devote that day, it's like, okay, so either we understaffed or we need to change uh, something about that position, because people have to have time to reflect on what they're doing. And I personally think this is an amazing thing. Um, yes, it also helps us see the bigger picture, because when we are bombarded with daily projects and tasks, emergencies, we forget the big picture, why we're doing it. And stopping, taking a breath, and pausing for a moment will allow us to understand why we're doing it, and see kind of, um, see the goals, see the long-term goals. Um, Next one is do less but better. So they say working harder, it's, don't work harder, work smarter. So this is similar, do less but better. For instance, Warren Buffett, he said, I cannot possibly make hundreds of good choices of investments. So his decision is to make less investments, but bigger ones. So sometimes less is more, and in this case as well. Um, they say that say no to good opportunities, but say yes to amazing opportunities. And when we talked about the reflection time, it allows you to pick the best ones, not just good ones, because when we are uh, thinking, oh, I should do this and I should do that and I should do that, it brings down your energy, and then you lose your focus, and you are concentrated on everything and on nothing. And yeah, you lose the goal while you're doing it, and your productivity goes down, your energy goes down, um, and your results obviously go down. Yeah, and I would like to share also the 20/80 rule. You probably heard about it. Find the 20% of your daily tasks that lead to 80% of the results, and concentrate on those. So that will help you be more productive, see more results, and that will in turn bring your energy up because you will see accomplishments, and to your brain will that will signal that, oh, I'm doing something, I'm proud of myself, and you will have the momentum to do it again. um, Related to this is learn to say no, because very often, especially in the corporate environment, we try to be good and say yes to every project and say yes to help the colleagues, say yes to this and yes to that. And in the end, you stretch yourself too thin, and you don't have your priorities straight. So say yes only to amazing opportunities, not just good ones. Say yes when you really can say yes. So it has to be that it should not come at expense of your own time and your energy. For instance, there was also a story with an executive who was stretched too thin, and he started learning to say no to most of the things aside from the most important ones that he had to accomplish. And at first, obviously, colleagues were not happy, but they started to respect his choices. And in the end, he led company to be very profitable and got promoted. And yeah, because he was concentrating on the most important things and learned to say no in the moment to the things that would drive him away from important things. And last but not least is have fun with it. Because very often we say, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. And when we say I have to, it already brings out the resistance within us. If you say, I want to, or I choose to, you become the owner of your decision and you are the boss of your life. Because when we say I have to, kind of sounds like someone else is your owner, is your boss. When you say I choose to, you take responsibility, and it feels great. And yeah, you choose to do the things or choose not to do the things. But being in power makes you empowered and raises your energy up. Um, yeah, for instance, with my experiences and sometimes YouTube videos, I'm like, oh yeah, I have to be consistent. I have to think of a topic. And sometimes you just, like, honestly, you drop blank. You don't know what to share. Then I go to AI and say, oh, suggest topics. And then I research them. And then it turns into this, I have to, but I don't want to. And that was in the past. And I've learned to connect with myself and say, okay, I want to share something with the world. I love YouTube. I honestly love YouTube. It allows me to fully express myself the way I want to. And I'm like, I really want to share something with the world. What would I like to share? And then it comes to me, and then like 1 2 3, I have a script, and I have like, oh my god, and I would like to share this. I remember this happened to me and that happened to me, and it all comes together. And I believe when it comes from the universe, that someone needs to hear it, because it doesn't come from my head. I have to share something, put on YouTube because there is how you call it, algorithm, and I have to put the videos twice a week. No, now I operate from, I want to, what do I want to share? This is my platform to express myself. This is my platform to share my heart, my thoughts, my pains, my weaknesses, my shadows, my strong points. I'm really living the topic here, but um, so I act out of, I want to, and I choose to, and it really changes the situation completely. All of a sudden, I have energy, I have ideas, I have productivity, and I have fun with it. The most important thing for me personally is to have fun with the process, because life is about enjoying it. Work is about enjoying it. Yes, it's not always easy and it's challenging, but when you enjoy it, you enjoy the challenges, you become better. It's like, when you play a video game, obviously there are challenges, but we love it because then we go to the next level and there are perks and bonuses and you feel proud of yourself. Same is here. So do out of I want to, I choose to, and you will feel so much better, so much more inspired, empowered, and you will have fun with it. To recap, to raise your energy when you feel blah in work, um, or in your business. Number one, do something that you love, that energizes you, big or small, and preferably every day. Be consistent. Second, make list of accomplishments. That list will make you, will inspire you when you feel down. Number three, create a routine. Remember the writer who had a routine of writing 2 hours a day. Number four, allow time to reflect. So pause and think and see where you're going. It will allow you to see the bigger picture. Number five, do less by better. Say yes, say no to good opportunities, but yes to amazing ones. And remember 20-80 rule. Number six, say no. Say no to things that do not matter or you don't want to do. And seven, have fun with it and enjoy the process and do everything out of I want to and I choose to instead of I have to. So that's it. This was my personal list of how I help myself be on track, raise my energy, leave that blah state, and be productive and energized and curious, and have fun with the process. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe and share and like this video, and I will see you again soon. I love you. Bye.